We're Jimmy and Natalie, and this week we're driving across the state of Arizona on the historic Route 66. But before we set off, we're starting way on the west side of the state in Oatman, Arizona. And if you haven't heard of this town, it's been referred to as the ghost town that refuses to die, and perhaps more importantly, its streets are crowded with my favorite animal, donkeys.
Well, I definitely hear them.
Really?
Yeah, I don't see them, but I hear them.
Oh, no way. Are they going hee-haw?
They are going hee-haw.
Aw, that's so cool.
We woke up this morning in Oatman, Arizona, and Natalie is like a kid on Christmas morning. You ready to see some donkeys?
More than you know. Jimmy and I have never been to this town before, and I'm super excited. I feel like I say that every video, but there's just not enough words to describe how excited I am for today. We're gonna be seeing my favorite animal, and this town has more of them than it does people.
And after leaving the van, it was only about 30 seconds before we saw them. Oh my God.
They're so little.
They kind of look like statues.
I know. Oh. They're so calm. Donkeys' ears are like a little sensitive, so I've read that they don't let you touch your ears unless they like trust you, but I guess these guys are just kind of over it.
They look asleep. Like, look at the guy behind you.
Oh, I think he likes you. Oatman's town center is along a single stretch of road that only lasts for a few blocks. They're famous for the wild burros that roam the street and for their connection to the Wild West. So it seems fitting that that small stretch of road that makes up the heart of Oatman is part of Route 66. It takes a little patience to drive this particular stretch because it's often blocked by burros, tourists, and some days reenactments of Wild West shootouts. But we'll get to that part later.
I just figured I'd like ask someone before we just started getting too close to the donkeys and stuff. Is there anything we need to know before we get too close to them?
Don't get behind them.
Okay.
They're wild, but they are really friendly because they spend all their lives right here.
Is this where we can buy food? I saw a sign about that.
Give me some.
Oh, sweet.
Thank you.
I want you guys to have a good time.
Oh, thank
Thanks.
you. Do we owe you anything for this? You sure? Okay.
Just remember, open palm. You guys enjoy your trip.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
We're off to a pretty good start. The first thing we did after seeing the first two donkeys was walk into a gift shop. We met this really nice guy that introduced us to the donkeys. It was Abigail and Diego.
Annabelle and Diego.
Annabelle. I'm awful with names. And then he gave us 2 bags of feed so we can now feed the donkeys.
We're gonna make some good friends with these. We got here pretty early because I know most animals are like more active around sunrise and sunset, so we're trying to get here before they hit their midday lull, and I think we overshot a little. Because not only is nobody out here yet, there's like only 2 donkeys. This town I've read has a population of less than 100 people, but there are more donkeys than people here. So my hopes are high. Real quick, I want to take a minute to talk about the sponsor of today's video, Electric e-bikes. Jimmy and I love our electric XP lights. They're both the sandstorm color, they weigh 45 pounds, and they're the perfect size for van life because they just fit straight underneath our bed in the back of the van. We started working with electric e-bikes about 2 years ago when we were in our schoolie. They sent us a couple of the XP 2.0 bikes, and we rode those for a little while until the XP lights came out, and they were just perfect for us. Our bikes can get up to 40 miles on a charge, but if you want, they also have an extended battery option so that you can go even further. If you want something a little bit beefier than the lights that Jimmy and I ride, you can also get the XP 3.0, which is their most popular selling bike right now. But Electric has options for whatever your needs are. They've even got a trike, a cargo bike, and they recently announced the X Peak, which is basically a really rugged off-road mountain bike with a battery in it. They've got a Black Friday deal going on right now for the entire month of November, so you can get a discount on the bikes and some of the upgrade packages. They've got some free accessories on their deals page, and if you're looking for a recommendation, I would say the comfort package is very worth it. The seat is so cushy. So if you're ready to get your own electric e-bike, click the link in our description to shop their Black Friday sale for the whole month of November. So we did a little lap around town, and the 2 donkeys that we first saw have disappeared. I'm not sure where they went. So we're gonna give the donkeys a little bit more time to wake up and come outside. And I think there's a free mining museum we might check out in the meantime.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, I did not see that sign, I swear. this used to be a mining town, and the ancestors of these donkeys were actually used as beasts of burden for people who were working in the mines. But then they closed the mines down. A lot of people left this town, but the donkeys stayed, and the descendants of those donkeys are the ones that we're seeing here.
Natalie has been super excited.
I've been giving Jimmy like unprompted fun facts for the last couple weeks. I'll just say like, Jimmy, did you know that donkeys have 2 nipples? Like,
It's the weirdest stuff. I don't know what she's reading.
no, they've got like mammoth donkeys that are really big. They've got miniature donkeys. The smallest donkey on record was 19 inches. I can't tell if those signs are just decorative, but they're pretty convincing. They look really recent.
I know, this is the exit we came out of. So,
Maybe we won't go back in then. I think I hear a duck. Do you hear a duck?
I hear it's either a donkey or a hinge to a door.
Or a duck.
Hi.
Hey.
Can we say hi to your duck?
Yeah, absolutely. Her name's Cookie.
Cookie?
Oh, Cookie.
That's a great name.
That's so cute. All right, you said I can let her out?
She actually just had her birthday, so
Oh, how old is she?
2 years.
She's so pretty. Wow, she's so cute.
That's
Can you
creepy.
pet a duck? Do they like that or?
She doesn't really mind. I don't know if she likes it a whole lot. I have a
Aw.
goose that loves to be pet though. Like she's way friendlier than my ducks.
Feathers are really pretty.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Whoa.
Oh. Oh, there's a toilet back here.
Really? Is it
Yeah.
bigger than ours?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I've got to call out my dad on this one. Those wire strippers are the exact wire strippers he gave me to use for the bus build and van build. And they're in a museum here in Oatman. It's the exact same pair.
They're
So,
probably from the 1950s.
Thanks, Dad.
Hey, they still work.
Yeah.
We still have them. They're in the van right now.
Like we have our pair in the van right now.
I didn't know we had an antique.
All right, well, that was the second person that said that the donkeys usually come out later in the day. So I don't think we're missing anything big right now.
We'll get our chance later. To make sure we got to experience more of the town, we stopped for lunch in the Dollar Bill Bar. We both got pulled pork barbecue sandwiches with a side of burro ears, which is their cute name for pub chips. And to address the elephant in the room, there are dollar bills all over the walls of this place. We thought about adding one to their collection, but they don't seem to need our help decorating. Every inch of this place is covered, even part of the ceiling. And when we left, we walked right into the middle of a shootout.
Well, only one of those two cowboys actually had a microphone on, so I don't really know exactly what was happening. But on the weekends, they do reenactments here of cowboy shootouts live.
Yeah, when we walked out of the restaurant, one of the outlaws was robbing the ATM.
A modern ATM as well, so I guess that was part of the joke.
We're gonna try and take the opportunity while they're drawing a crowd to go and try and see some donkeys while no one else is around.
Yeah, get some alone time with the burros.
Hey, buddy. Aw.
Ready?
It's so weird seeing a donkey just walking down the road.
All right, bye-bye. We'll see you later.
There's 4 of them right there. Right.
Hey, he's sticking his tongue out, he wants it.
Aw.
Buddy? Oh. I'll let you finish chewing your food first.
Yeah, he's busy right
He's a
now.
little busy. I feel like I could chew it faster than that.
He probably
Some
could.
more? Yeah, I bet you do. Oh, he's come back over.
Aw. Hey, buddy. I'm starting to wonder if the donkeys can sense my desperation because they seem to like Jimmy way more than they like me. I'm just glad that one of us is having good luck with our new friends. Oh, you guys are so cute. My two favorite animals.
Oh, you want some more? Got it.
This is my favorite day.
I know.
It's so cute. The burros here are obviously a really big attraction for tourists coming to Oatman. I heard that they used to give people carrots to feed the donkeys, but since there are so many tourists, they get so many carrots, it was just too much sugar for them, so it's not really very healthy. The nice guy at the shop we stopped in this morning gave us some, I think they're hay pellets, so it's like grass and hay based, so it's not so bad for them to eat a ton of it.
I can't imagine they're very good because half of these donkeys don't want it. So maybe they're missing the carrots a little bit.
We did come on a Saturday, so this is probably the busiest it ever gets.
He looks tired.
I know, I think he might be a little older.
Oh,
He might be our age.
he might be.
I think they lived at 30, 35 a lot of the time. So excited I can't think. I don't know if you could pick a more stubborn animal to block traffic, but I think that's part of the charm of the town.
So I think our plan is now to travel to one of the nearby free campsites around Oatman and try to lock it in before it gets too full, because we heard that the herd of donkey that lives around here, it is called a herd, right? Herd of donkeys?
Yeah.
I always like to misspeak and say flock. For fun.
Flock. A murder of donkeys.
A murder of donkeys. Yeah, so the murder of donkeys is supposed to walk through our campsite. At least, like, there's been a lot of sightings around there. That's how I want to end our time here in Oatman.
Yeah. Bye, donkeys. We'll see you at our campsite. We did keep the leftover feed, so we're prepared if there are any. We have a peace offering. This has got to be hands down one of the best campsites we've ever had. We managed to get a spot right next to Boundary Cone, which is the really sharp, pointy rock behind the van. And there's a chance we'll see burros here, although I would not count on it. Unfortunately, we only gave ourselves one day in Oatman. We are making our way west right now, and tomorrow we're going to be moving on. But Oatman has been somewhere we have always heard about as a really unique place, and I'm really glad we got the chance to experience it. Hopefully we haven't seen our last donkey here, but if we have, I'm still really grateful for the time that we were able to spend petting donkeys and feeding them little healthy blocks of hay.
So our last day in Oatman, and unfortunately we did not see any donkeys last night at our campsite. We did hear them hee-hawing a few times, but we could tell they were probably a couple miles away.
When he says they're hee-hawing, I think he means that they're braying.
No, hee-hawing. But we did have some fun last night. Since it was a new moon, we tried our hand at some amateur nighttime photography. They're not great shots, but here they are. It was a lot of fun just to spend some time outside with Natalie and just, you know, taking the night. This
spot with the boundary cone behind us, and it was a new moon last night, just all the stars aligned, literally and figuratively. And it was just really pretty. We just felt inspired to try and capture it a little bit.
But today's plan, pretty much we're gonna head east. We've got plans to meet up with my family in New Mexico. And if you're following along, no, none of my family's from New Mexico, but we're just gonna all meet up since so many of us are like on the road and live different places.
It's a truly nomadic extended family.
Exactly, it's a nomad Thanksgiving. Also, I don't know if this is a sin against fashion, but I've really been enjoying sandals and socks so far.
Yeah, it's actually really comfortable. On our way east, we're going to be passing through Oatman again. So my hope is that we're going to see a couple more donkeys from the car.
These still hungry?
I am not eating that.
Still hungry?
I'm not eating that.
We've got plenty left over.
I'm serious. There's no way that's safe for human consumption. One of the locals we talked to yesterday mentioned that they really don't want tourists, or anybody for that matter, feeding the donkeys from their car because it's just not a good habit to teach them. And they even said that 3 donkeys got hit by cars last year, so it's pretty sad. So we won't be feeding them, even though we do have some leftover little hay blocks. But if we get to see them, I will count us lucky.
Oh, there's a donkey in front of us.
Oh, no way. Oh. Oh. Oh.
I don't want to run over his toes.
But we both know, so why can't we just give it a go?
I just find it really cool that after 2 years of living in a van or a bus and traveling around, especially with how much time we spent in Arizona, that we could still find a new road and a new pass that is this epic that we've never been to before. It's crazy how big all the states are out here. You can drive for hours and still be within the same state.
Heaven was mine after all.
Nat, we are really close to the highway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like really, really close. We have our own little cave to protect us from the road.
I think I understand now why we're so
We've kind of come a long way today, but we're really excited for tomorrow. It's kind of a small attraction on I-40 on the way to New Mexico, so you can start guessing what it is now, but we'll pick you back up tomorrow morning bright and early to go check it out.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
Good morning. Today we're gonna go and explore the Meteor Crater Natural Landmark. I have never been here before.
I have, but it's been like 13 years? 15 years ago.
I'm not exactly sure what to expect from this natural landmark. I'm thinking it might be about the size of a house, like a big house, like maybe half an acre big crater in the ground is kind of what I'm thinking we're gonna see. Jimmy won't tell me anything about it, so I don't know if I'm overhyping it or underhyping it.
I was also a lot smaller when I was here last, so I might be misremembering the size. I'm interested to see how it compares to Natalie's expectations. I'm gonna follow you out this way.
All right. That's the thing I always do to you.
I'm really excited for Natalie to see this thing. I feel like I'm hyping it up way more than it should be, but I think it is really cool.
They're playing like really epic cinematic music out front. Okay, I'm totally up for it, but I'm really not sure what to expect because I thought this was just gonna be like a little roadside attraction, but it's $27 a person, so this has gotta be like pretty big. No way. Gosh, this is like a canyon, it's huge.
How does this live up to your expectations?
So I was expecting it to be the size of a large house, and this is like the size of a small town. This is huge. The walls go up so much higher than I thought they would. I know it's got to have like a very simple answer, but I just don't understand what happened to the meteorite. Like, where did it go? Like, is it a block of ice that melted, or did it disintegrate? Like, I don't really understand how that works.
I think it was blown up on impact.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
cool. A big, dense cluster of meteorites struck the rocky plain with an explosive force greater than 20 million tons of TNT.
Wow. Does it say how fast?
It says 26,000 miles per hour.
I was trying to put it in perspective before we got here, because one of the questions Natalie asked was, do you think you'd be able to dodge it? I gave the analogy of that if you're standing on home plate and you have an MLB player throwing a baseball at you at 90 miles per hour, there's no way you'd be able to dodge that. And that's 90 miles per hour. And the meteor was going what?
26,000 miles per hour. I made good grades in school. Mostly. Oh my God, Jimmy.
1, 2, 3. There's going to be 2 meteor impacts here.
So mean. Front row too weird?
No, it's good.
Okay.
We paid a good amount of money to be here, so we're gonna get our full money's worth.
There are a bunch of kids in the museum, so we rushed ahead to make sure that we get to do this before they all come and fill in all the seats.
What is that?
Oh.
Again, welcome aboard. Any last minute words before departure?
Nah, Jackie. I think our crew is ready and excited to get going. Folks, prepare for takeoff.
You're all global celebrities now. Safe travels on the rest of your tour. See you back at Meteor Crater.
After the Meteor Crater, we decided to stop by a national park. Unfortunately, we aren't allowed to film in the park without getting a permit first, but we did take a few photos with the sign, so hopefully that's allowed. We made it to the land of enchantment. We're in New Mexico. Yay! We love this state, so I'm excited to be back and spend some time here. I think this is where we're gonna call it for this week, and we will pick you back up next week for New Mexico adventures, whatever that means.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next week.